lessons today. I am Kimberly Swanson, also known as Kimberly Purpose. On this video today, we're going to do a lecture on cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. I also did a video on rational and emotive behavior therapy that's done by Dr. Ellis. He was a psychologist, and I did a video on there on YouTube, and you can click on that button and within this channel to see that video as well if you need more clarity on what we're discussing. But anyway, cognitive behavior therapy is an umbrella term for many types of therapeutic approaches that may have some similarities and qualities. There are two forms of CBT. Like I said, the first one is the rational emotive behavior therapy, which was created by Albert Ellis, who's a psychologist. I did a video on that one earlier, so if you want to hear that, you can click on the link as well below. The second type of therapy is cognitive therapy, which was developed by Aaron Beck. And Aaron Beck developed this during the 1960s. Now, rational emotional behavior therapy is a behavior technique that blends behavior and cognitive approaches for therapy. REBT is used in populations of individuals with problems with disputing negative irrational thoughts. These individuals feel like they have to be accepted by others in order to feel self-worth. They feel that they are the cause of people's actions, which causes negative actions. So, a lot of times people who go through this type of therapy, they believe that they are the cause of how people feel and react towards them. And so, this type of therapy helps people to put things into the right perspective and to look at it from a different point of view or angle in order to relieve themselves of this irrational thoughts or behavior that they're the cause of everybody's thoughts and emotions, when actuality is they don't have control of that. Other people have their own thoughts and opinions. There's nothing that they can do about it. It's not something that they have done or made them do. It's the other person who done it. So they have to realize that they are not the person who has caused a person to be upset or angry in the first place. These people tend to put extreme pressure on themselves, and that may lead to anxiety and depression. So when they feel like a person is angry or upset, they blame themselves for it. And a lot of times they feel like they're the root cause of their problems. And so this in turn makes them feel bad and makes them feel very depressed all the time and take on a lot of problems that's not really theirs in the first place. But anyway, according to Ellis, there are three types of people who may need REBT. And in this article, I explained the three type of people who may need this. The three type of people are people who put extreme pressure to do well to please others, which we just talked about, always feeling like that they are the cause of people in their situation, and other people's thoughts that they have to make everybody happy, when it's not their place to do so. And then the other one is, and they do not reach, and if they do not reach each other's approvals, they feel worthless, which can lead to anxiety and depression, and not asserting themselves. And sometimes when people get to that point where they're trying to please others, they can find themselves in situations where people are running over them or taking advantage of their vulnerability. So this type of therapy helps them to bring more clarity and to bring back control of their thoughts and everything. Now, number two, the second person that may need this therapy is a person who believes that people should treat them nice, fairly, and with consideration, or they're bad. So if a person if they feel like a person has not been fair to them or not right or treat them fairly, then they might feel like they've been treated unjustly. But sometimes in certain situations, a person has to put their foot down with a person, um, or may not agree with a person, might have different opinions and thoughts, that but this person may feel like this person is against them, and so they hold grudges and animosity against people because they feel like they are not doing things that they feel like they should do for them. And this person tends, like I said, tend to hold grudges, tend to be angry all the time, tend to be upset and hold hostility towards people. And sometimes they can become pretty violent. So a lot of times these people need this type of therapy in order to realize that not everybody's going to think like you. Not everybody's going to be the same as you. Not, and so you got to accept other people's opinions as their own. You can't make people feel and be the same way that you are, because they're different. Everybody's an individual. Everybody has their own personality. Now, the third type of person is a person who has expectations when it comes to certain predicaments or situations that that things should be fair, and that they should not be life should not be filled with struggles. For example, if a person might have parked in the wrong spot and a police officer gave them a ticket on their car because they parked in the wrong spot. Person may feel like it's unjust or unfair, and they get quite angry and upset about it because they don't feel like it's right. But they don't realize that they parked in the wrong spot. That was the cause of the problem. Instead of looking at the fact that they parked in the wrong spot, they're focusing on they got a ticket. It don't matter whether they parked in the wrong spot. They feel like it was unjust because they got a ticket, and they don't think it's fair. But they don't realize that hey, part of the reason you got the ticket was because you parked in the wrong spot. Maybe you need to learn from your mistake. So, and learn from the mistake and don't do it again. But instead, the person feel like they're being treated unjustly, and sometimes might even rebel and park in the same spot just to prove a point. They'll get a ticket. But anyway, case closed. That's an example of a person who's not thinking rationally. You have contributed to the problem, so next time you need to learn how to fix it so it won't happen again. And it says this mindset can link to having feelings of no hope, procrastinating, and having addictive behaviors. The diagnostic mental health categories that would be used for RBT and behavior theories are for different type of mental illness or mental health issues, such as anxiety, depression, and addiction. People who have some sort of addiction problem or drinking problem. The reason why RBT and other behavior theories will be used is success in changing negative or counterproductive behaviors through these therapeutic approach. So that is why RBT is used. Individuals with cultural issues will have cultural issues when using RBT and other behavior theories. There are some issues of individual and cultural diversity when it comes to behavior and cognitive therapy. So, in other words, this type of therapy is not generalized, so it might not apply or work with all cultures or people with all the cultural backgrounds. So, that's something that the therapists have to take into consideration, that this particular therapy may not work for people of different ethnic groups or different beliefs or religions. So they have to also take this in consideration. You might have to come up with other techniques and other ways to work with people who are having these type of behavioral issues. So according to Presser, culture has a wide range of complexity. The therapists must take into consideration the cultural background of the culture to see if they affect the relationship between each other and the behavior. So, in addition, Post also states it's essential for therapists to have an awareness of their own cultural influence and also be able to identify and address them according to the therapy session with their clients. And that's pretty much in a nutshell what I was saying before, that the therapist needs to take in consideration the person's cultural background, their religion, when addressing these issues with anxiety and addiction and all these other anxiety, addiction, and depression when using this particular treatment for this for the client. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and what you all think of CBT. CBT is just a generalized term to include both REBT and cognitive behavior therapy. All on it's like a generalized term to categorize all these type of therapeutic techniques in treating people with different types of mental health issues or behavior issues. But please feel free to leave your comments below and thumbs up this video, and to remember to always do your very best. Till next time, peace. Bye bye.